Getting to know you. Getting to know all about you. Getting to like you. Getting to hope you like me too. Getting to know you. Putting it my way, but nicely. Or do I have to be nice? You are precisely my cup of tea. Yes, you are. Getting to know you. Getting to feel free and easy. I ain't easy. Are you easy? I ain't easy. When I am with you, getting to know what to say. I always know what to say, you know that. Haven't you noticed? Suddenly, I'm bright and breezy. Sorry, I'll open the window. Because of all the beautiful and new things I'm learning about you day by day. Hello. Welcome to this episode of, what's it called? A conversation? No, not a conversation with. I can't remember what I call it. What do I call it? Good start. Welcome to Getting to Know the Weirdo. And today's weirdo is Tanya Campbell. Good start, isn't it? We're right one tonight. Right one.
Sorry.
Hello, Tanya. How are you?
I'm all right. All the better for that little laugh.
No. All right, Tanya. Obviously, you've been hanging about the channel for quite a while now. I don't know if are you one of the OGs? Are you one of my OGs?
Yes.
I
think from the original DM group of the British ladies who was going to meet up.
That's correct. I spoke about them in the last interview.
Actually happen.
No, still hasn't happened. Well, it has. Some of us met up.
A couple of us. Yeah, a couple of us. But
yeah, I spoke about that on my interview with or conversation with Jackie, that we'd belonged to this group where I posted some pictures, and that's how my channel started.
Yeah.
Because I got encouraged to make videos out of them. And I did. Sort of. They're there. They're not the greatest. I mean, I still can't edit a video to save my life. They are there. But yeah, so obviously we met through Johnny Depp. Yeah. Not through Johnny Depp. I mean, I would love to have met through Johnny Depp.
He's a great friend of mine. Did you not know?
It's going to be one of them recordings, isn't it? Yeah, so we met through the Johnny Depp, Justice for Johnny Depp community. So why, I'd always like this, why were you supporting Johnny Depp?
Well, Johnny Depp is one of my favourite actors, along with a couple of others. But I have 3 older brothers.
Yes.
And one of them is very, I mean, you know about his past and stuff. I've told you his addictions and stuff. But he has been treated like shit by a couple of women in his life. And one of them is the mother of his child. And I just don't like seeing men being put to the back burner because of women. Telling lies and making stuff up, and I just felt drawn towards it, because normally I don't, unless it's Liam Gallagher. I don't really follow celebrity lives unless it's Liam Gallagher. Like, I obviously love Liam Gallagher. I follow.
We might hear the name Liam Gallagher mentioned a few times during this interview. Just saying, just to pre-warn people.
Trigger warning. I do.
Trigger warning,
I do follow Liam Gallagher closely. I do not stalk him.
I might have to do a count of how many times his name is mentioned and put it at the end. Carry on.
Yes, I don't stalk him. I'm not hiding behind the trees, but I do follow stuff that he does. And he's really the only celebrity I follow in those ways. But I just felt drawn to the Johnny Depp case because I've seen the way one of my brothers has been treated in the past. Not necessarily physical abuse, but being accused of stuff and all sorts of stuff that's happened in the past with a couple of his ex-girlfriends. And it just made me feel drawn to it. And I don't like people being accused of stuff that they haven't done anyway. I've been accused of stuff I haven't done, and it's not a nice thing to go through.
No, it's not. And the thing is, with this day and age and the internet and stuff, it's so easy to get rumours spread around that aren't true.
Yeah.
And miscommunications happen as well.
Biggest game of Chinese whispers.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But like I said, miscommunications happen all the time as well, because you can type something and someone can read it and it means something completely different. Whereas when we're talking like this, you can tell by the tone of someone's voice. Normally, you can tell by the tone of someone's voice whether they mean what they're saying or whether it's a joke or it's misinterpretations all the time. And unfortunately, it causes a lot of headaches. And as much as I love the internet, I think it's a spawn of Satan at the same time. But anyway, moving on.
Yeah, I the same with social media. I think social media is great in some ways. Yes. But I despise it in others.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And it can cause severe stress and headaches at times, and it can be a place of joy at other times.
I mean, I'm old. I'm still on Facebook as well, so that's the saying. That's the saying, isn't it? If you're still on Facebook.
Yeah, well, my kids are still on there, but they don't post anything. They're only on there for Messenger, I think.
Yeah.
Although
I mainly use my Facebook for family. Like, I've got friends. Yeah. I've got my friends on there too, but some friends who I've met through here as well. But I mainly share stuff on Facebook of the kids for like family, like so their grandparents can see it, and their uncles, their aunts.
I mean, the good thing about Facebook is you can do posts that are only for certain people to see. So you can sort of like semi-privatize certain posts, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You can group people, which is a good thing. And I don't think you can do that on any other social media. I don't know. I don't use other social medias in the same way as I use. I don't use Facebook very often anymore, to be honest with you.
I think you can do it with Twitter. I know you can do it with Instagram.
Oh, okay. I don't use Instagram. I'm too old for Instagram. It confuses me. I don't quite get how Instagram works. I mean, I only really started using Twitter in the last couple of years. And still then, I don't think I use it properly, because the amount of times I forget to post that I'm streaming is unbelievable. And that's my main... it's funny, because I started off 2020 with about 6 followers. And then I ended up with like 6. That's how much I
thought you said 2006.
No, 6. In 2020, I started off with 6 followers, and then it went up to over 100 and something. And it was mainly people from the Johnny Depp community, because they'd seen me on a panel somewhere and decided to follow me.
Rob, probably, was it Rob?
Yeah, it would have been. Or in the or even in the chat, because even in a chat, they'd find my name they'd see my name in a chat and they'd go and find me on Twitter. And that was before I even changed my name on Twitter to the name it is, before I even started this channel. Because my Twitter name used to be my real name, and my chat name used to be my real name. But because of toxicity on the internet and social media,
I obviously now go by Just Call Me Hen on both platforms.
Unlike me, who I
unlike you.
welcome it, apparently, because I have my real name everywhere.
But Tanya, your real name isn't an unusual name. Mine is. And that's the thing. If I search you, I will find everyone apart from you. In fact, I tested it out the other day just to see, because you do use your real name. And I put your name into Google. I even put the county you live in into Google, and nothing, no pictures, nothing. It doesn't come up with you. So you're safe in that way.
Yeah.
I'm not so safe.
Damn.
I know.
Damn, there's my
Damn, you're on a
fan of
stalker.
stalkers
Damn.
gone downhill again.
I mean, maybe if they like took your photo and put it up there, you might find it, but not for your name.
Yep.
Yeah. Which is a good thing. I love the fact that common names are harder to find. So, and people do know my name, and some people will remember what my name was from back in the day. And hopefully they will keep it secret, because, you know, I do need to protect myself, because I am 5 foot nothing, tiny. I mean, don't get me wrong, I fucking punch you in the balls and knock you fucking flying, but it's not the point.
I'm not employing stalkers currently.
No, I'm not employing. I do not want anyone stalking me. Thank you very much. And that means no stalking me inbox either. Anyway, moving on. So, obviously, you've been on my panel a few times, and people know you've got kids, and you've got a boyfriend. But we don't really know Tanya before Tanya was a mum. So, would you like to tell us a bit about Tanya before she was a mum?
I was a bit of a party animal. a wee bit of a party animal, let's say.
Would you like to tell us any anecdotes of when you was a party animal?
No.
Is she brave enough?
No, I joined cadets as a cadet when I was 14. So 1997, I joined cadets.
Oh, look, she's telling you all her age.
And obviously when you're 18 and 9 months, you have to leave as a cadet, and you either leave altogether or you become an instructor. I became an instructor, and I was an instructor for 20 years in the Army Cadet Force. And that was voluntary, but I also had a job doing cadets as well, full-time job, a proper job. So it's like I was really into the whole army thing. I wanted to join the army when I was younger. I ended up in 2000 meeting a man on camp who was a soldier. I was 18. He was 22 and he was a soldier, and we went out for 12 years.
Wow.
So I was really into the whole army thing. I was like a bit of a tomboy. And no, that doesn't make me let's not say the word. But
no, you're just a tomboy. You weren't a girly girl.
No.
You weren't fully dresses and that sort
but
of
I could never join anyway, because I ended up getting epilepsy. So then that's why I became an instructor in cadets, because it was the only way I could stay in it.
How old was you when you first had your epilepsy? Just being nosy.
My first seizure in Dublin when I was 17.
That is so strange, because that is the same age as the father of my children when he had his first seizure, which I did talk about on stream the other night. But yeah, he'd never had a seizure before then. And I think it's quite common that you can become epileptic sort of during puberty or around that time.
It depends on the type of epilepsy, because I never knew much about epilepsy until I got it. And then I was obviously I'm an outpatient in epilepsy hospital, the clinic of neurology, and the amount of stuff I've learnt since getting epilepsy is unbelievable. Like, you see people come in who are born with a certain problem with their brain. They've got epilepsy from when they were born, but they have a different type of epilepsy. The type of epilepsy I have is brought on by stress and sleep deprivation. So what my doctor told me, the specialist who I used to see in the London hospital, was that everybody in the world has epilepsy. Everybody. It's just a matter of what triggers it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And obviously something at that time triggered mine. And epilepsy can go away depending on what type of epilepsy you got. It can go away.
Are you on medication for yours?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know the like him. He's on medication, has been for years. Like I said, since he was 17. We're a little bit older than Tanya. Just a squidge. And only a squidge. And it was, I guess it was stress and sleep deprivation that probably causes, because it happened, the times it happened, it was like, he'd been in London partying all weekend and went to work on Monday and, had a seizure. The weirdest one was he was fishing. He was sea fishing on the pier and had a seizure. And I didn't think he'd been under any stress, but maybe just the travelling had caused that,
that's the thing. I had my first seizure when I was 17, but when I look back, I know why. Because I was away with cadets. I was a bit of a tearaway teenager, bit of a rebel. I was up all night drinking with the boys and the girls in their blocks, doing what you're not supposed to be doing when you're a teenager away with the army cadets, and had a seizure on camp.
Yeah.
I had a seizure in Dublin because I'd had to get up really early to get the ferry to Dublin with my aunt and my uncle. And then all throughout, this is what leads me to being a party animal. All throughout my 20s, I was very, very much a partier. I used to go out every weekend.
Yeah.
Then my ex-boyfriend, sorry.
And us Brits, when we go out partying, we binge drink, don't we? Brits binge drink. So they don't go out and have a few drinks. They go out and get paralytically drunk and fall over.
That depends. That depends on if you're going out or if you're going out.
And out.
Only some people will get that.
Yeah. You going out or you going out? Yeah, because you can go out to the cinema, you can go out to a meal. That's going out. But you're going out. That's getting dollied up and going to the club, isn't it? And staying out till 6 o'clock in the morning.
The amount of times I've done that.
Oh, and me. In fact, I was looking at my Facebook memories, and I've got a memory on there. Is it okay to be coming home at 5:30 in the morning when you're 42?
No. It's not acceptable. It should be at least 6 a.m.
5:30 when I'm 42, Tanya. Come on. Yeah. I think that's bloody impressive.
Yeah, it is. But I've got friends that still do that now.
Yeah. So, yes, when we go out, we go out. And for some people, it can last a whole weekend.
I think the last time I stayed out, the latest, was 2014. I went to a casino with my friends. We've been out in Covent Garden, and it was in a pub, and then we decided to go to this casino, and we was just binge drinking cocktails, because in this casino, every time you bought a cocktail, you got a free shot. So me and one of my mates, we all went off in different directions, but me and one of my mates stuck up on the middle floor at the bar. We just sat near the bar all the time because I ain't got a clue how you play card games, right? So me and her were at the bar, and I'd order us 2 cocktails, so we got 2 free shots. She'd order us 2 cocktails, so she got 2 free shots. So that's all 2 different cocktails. We were just doing that all night.
I mean, that's all well and good.
I didn't end up leaving till 8 o'clock in the morning.
But the 2 free shots are not really free because the cocktails cost you 4 times the amount they would have cost you in Wetherspoons. At least.
Yeah, but they're proper cocktails.
I know.
Cocktails. They're getting drunk. They're not watered down.
I do like a cheeky Wetherspoons though. It's a lot cheaper to go out drinking at the Wetherspoons. Club prices are expensive over here.
But I don't know what happened that night. I don't know how I got home. I left at 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't know how I got home. I remember getting in a cab, and then I remember not being in the cab and being on the bus. And then I got home and I woke up the next day. I don't know where my shoe was. I lost one shoe, and I had a cut on my knee, and I lost my dress.
You lost your dress?
I found it 2 weeks later. It was behind my radiator. I was like, I remember commenting, because this is like, I never used to really talk on Twitter. I used to just use Twitter for like Liam Gallagher updates. Yeah. There you go. Another time I mentioned him.
Yep.
But that's literally.
I do a count at the end. Don't worry. I do a count up at the end, and I put it on. I put a counter on the end.
But that is all I joined Twitter for in 2011, because it was the only social media he was on at the time. He's on Instagram and everything now, but so I only used that for that until really the Johnny Depp thing.
Yeah.
And now I'm on Twitter more than I am on Facebook.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I think we've all moved over to Twitter and away from Facebook. The thing I use Facebook for mostly is Messenger, because you can make phone calls on Messenger. You can't make phone calls on Twitter. So I can call people on Messenger. That's the main reason I use it for. And there's a lot of people on my Facebook that aren't on my Twitter. They're almost separate entities. So my friends and family that I've, not saying that you aren't friends, because it's, you are.
No, I know what you mean,
but they're the ones that I've known all my life. I've grown up with, or I went to school with, I've worked with, they're them sort of people. And all my family, I mean, you and I both come from a similar background when it comes to family.
Yeah.
In the fact that we both come from Irish Catholic parents.
Yeah.
Which means we have a very, very large extended family.
Indeed.
And I would say 70% of the people on my Facebook are related to me in some way or other. So yeah, we probably use it in a very similar way. I don't really post on there anymore. I haven't posted. I think I've done one post since, 2 posts. Done 2 posts since November, and one was a general post, and the other one, it was a limited to certain people post.
Yeah.
And it was, these are the people I miss talking to.
I have like my really good best friends who I've known since I was since childhood on Facebook, who just don't move off of Facebook. They just go on Facebook. They don't go Instagram or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I have them on there. So now and again, I might share something that I've seen that's funny, but I don't really write on there. The only other thing I post on there is like my kids, and that's for family. Because my Facebook is set to friends only, so not everyone can see pictures of my kids.
Mine isn't, but mine isn't just call me hen. Mine is me. It is actually me. Although I am me, this is me. I'm not fake. This is who I am. On Facebook, it's personal. whereas Twitter is less personal. If that makes sense. I don't really put personal posts up on Twitter. I don't share personal pictures up on Twitter. I don't.
Yeah, me neither. I don't
I
share
don't
any
have
pictures of my kids on Twitter.
I don't have my mental breakdowns on Twitter. But yeah, Facebook is more personal, and it's separate. I've got a couple of people that I've met in real life over on Facebook from the internet people. But no, I'm never going to share my Facebook with all of these people that are watching the channel now, because it's me. It's the real me, my real name. It's got my kids on there. It's got, it's got personal, private stuff that is not something I want to share. I don't want you to be able to find out all my relatives and stalk them, that sort of thing, because that's so easily done.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it is a separate entity, and I have to trust the people that I'm adding to my Facebook. And unfortunately, there were a couple of people that were added to my Facebook that I've had to unadd because I can't trust them anymore. That's life, isn't it?
Yep.
But yeah, it's fun and games, isn't it? It's like none of you got my phone. Oh, you've got my phone number. You've got my phone number. TJ's got my phone number. Margot's got my phone number. Who else? But I had to have you. We had to exchange numbers because we were meeting up.
Yeah, that was with the first time with Roma.
Yeah. So that's the only reason you got my phone number. So if I'm running late or you're running late, we can let each other know. That's the only reason. And I think me and Roma got to the train station long before you, and we're like, "Where are you?" And you're like, "I'm just getting off the train now."
Yes, but I don't think I was late. I think you just got there.
No, I think we were early. I think we were just like we messaged them, we're here. Let us know when you're here or something like that. And you're like, "I'm on the train. I'll be there soon." But yeah, I think it was that. But the way the public transport system works in the UK, we definitely needed to be able to let each other know where we were and how long we were going to be.
See, that's the thing. Before all these strikes and the beer bug, I never had any issues because I lived in London, so I never had any issues with any trains ever. But I don't know. It's just all gone downhill.
I mean, the strikes have been a nightmare. They really have. And they're still going on to this day. And it's been going on for, 2 years now? The train strikes. Yeah. But something that happened a few times while Fanta was here, it wasn't even to do with the strikes. There was a couple of... No, it wasn't. It was people on the tracks.
Oh,
and when I say people,
quite often.
When I say people, I don't mean full people. I mean parts of people.
Oh.
Oh,
okay.
Yes. And there was a fire on one occasion. There was a fire at the side of the tracks, which is another reason why trains were delayed. And it is a fucking nightmare. Public transport can be a nightmare.
Okay. Now that they've got this new Elizabeth line on the London Underground, that comes all the way to where I live now. Even though I'm not in London anymore, I'm on the outskirts in Essex. But it comes there, and it's all really good the way they've done it. Granted, it's not at every station, but they've got these glass barriers in the way, so that they have to open before you can step onto the train. So no one can jump in front. So no one can jump in front of the train. But they need to do that.
Well, not at the stations. They can't do it at the stations. It don't mean they can't do it further down the track. And I'm pretty sure that's what people do. They jump off a bridge.
But that's the thing. They can only do it on the underground ones. The underground still goes on above ground in some of the places. Yeah. Like my station is outdoors. So it's not underground. But when it goes into the underground stations, they've all got the glass plates. So no one can jump on the track.
Oh, that's good. That's good. But well, they're learning, aren't they? They are learning. It's horrible to talk about it, but it's the truth of the matter. People, and that's not only is that, I'm going to say that it's going to sound horrible. It's awful way to die, but it's also awful for that train
Quick.
driver.
Yeah, but they do it because it's quick.
Yeah.
I do think it's selfish that people do that because the other way. I mean, and obviously they don't see a way. They don't just think logically, but
No.
It's not nice for the train driver. They probably get PTSD or something.
Absolutely. Absolutely, because there's nothing the train driver can do. They can't stop the train. It won't stop quick enough.
Yeah.
But anyway.
On to the better subjects.
Happy subjects. Happy subjects. So obviously you got the two little ones.
Yes.
That drive you mad.
Yes.
That you love to pieces.
Yes. I'll say that to a nice mummy.
She does love them. I always say I dislike my children equally. But I still love them. And you've said recently that your youngest one's about to go off to nursery.
Yes.
So obviously you want to eventually go back to work because because it's driving you mad being stuck at home.
Yeah. Plus, with the way the economy's going and everything, two people do need to be working.
I agree. But what is it you want to do? What do you see future Tanya doing?
Well, I've worked all my life with teenagers. I've always done youth work. So I was thinking of wanting to go back into the cadet thing, but I was talking the other day, discussing it with my boyfriend, and I think it's just gone too far for me now with the way things have changed. It's too politically correct the way they've made cadets, not just cadets, but even the army now. But it's gone too politically correct, and kids shouldn't be brought into that kind of thing, in my opinion. And kids should just be kids. They shouldn't be told about all the stuff that's gone on, basically, which I won't go into detail, but and it's gone too soft, and it annoys me because cadets was made for a reason. Cadets is supposed to be about teaching youths about life skills and about
discipline.
It's not. It is a hobby for kids.
Yeah,
but it's to keep them off the streets, stop them causing trouble, but also it teaches them life skills. It teaches them how to prepare for life when they leave school. It teaches them how to deal with certain situations. It teaches them some discipline. Because I remember when I joined cadets, my mum and dad divorced when I was 12 years old. I was 14 when I joined cadets. So when I joined cadets, I was the oldest girl in the house at my dad's. So I was 12 and I stayed living with my dad. So did my brothers, and my little sister lived with my mum because she was only 3 months old. So then when I joined cadets, it helped me learn how to iron, how to wash my clothes, use a washing machine. It helped me with all little. People think that might not matter, but it does. It's little things like that matters. And so it does teach you life skills in terms of being able to grow up and take care of yourself, but it also teaches you life skills in a workplace. It teaches you discipline. It teaches you how to take care of yourself. And it's not all just about like taking care of yourself in the field and knowing how to survival skills. It's the life skills that are important for cadets.
It's also about routine, isn't it? It's about, it's not only do you wear a uniform, but you act in a uniform way, if that makes sense.
Like when they're now turning around and telling kids when they're being too soft, and when I say soft, I mean like you can't, well, we call it a bollocking. You can't bollock a kid for being naughty, or you can't. It's too much snowflake, and it's just I just can't handle it. And I don't think, because I've been out of it now. I officially left in 2021, but because I've been out of it now for that long, even though it's only like 2021, it's changed so much. I wouldn't be able to handle the change going back.
Yeah.
Because
so
I don't agree with it.
So instead of cadets, is there something else you'd like to go into?
At this point, I'm just weighing up my options, but at the moment, I just want to just get started on working. I don't care what it is, but it will be in the school that I live behind.
Next door to.
My boyfriend works in there now with the cadets, and it'll be a way of just getting my foot in the door to begin with, and then see where we go from there. But it will have something to do.
So
with...
maybe in the reception or something like that.
No, I don't think I would want a reception job.
No, she's not a sit on a bum at a computer type person.
I want to lose weight, woman.
It's true. Oh dear me. True. Well, I did buy you a book on how to lose weight. It's not my fault if I haven't used it.
Which involved shitting, doing exercise.
No, just sitting. Yeah, doesn't say you have to shit at the same time.
It's exercising whilst having a poo.
Okay. Yeah, but you could just sit on the toilet and pretend you're pooing.
I could sit on a chair and do that.
You could. Exactly. You could still use that book while you're sitting on a chair. So Tanya's always said that she wants to lose weight, and that's why we bought it. Was a joke book, it was a prank book, and it was me and Roma bought it for her. It was never meant serious, but it is a book about exercising while you're on the toilet. Exercises you can do while you're on the toilet. But yeah, no, there's no reason you can't do them exercise sitting on a chair.
I might get one that starts off sitting on my arse, but who knows where it will take me. At the moment, it's just getting back into a routine of going back into work. And earning a few pennies. That's all that matters at the moment, and see where we go from there.
Yeah, I want to talk about your names. At the moment, you're Big G's bestie.
Yes.
But you like yes. But you like to change your name a lot, and you come up with some really unusual names.
Well, I didn't for a long time. I just stuck with SpunkBubble for ages.
Yeah, you were SpunkBubble, but you had some other ones. Can you remember any of them?
SpunkBubblette, Spunkette, SpunkBubble.
There's a lot of spunk. I think she likes spunk.
Apparently, a Fanny Muncher, which was yesterday. Was that yesterday?
I don't know.
Friday. Sorry.
I don't know. We're recording this on Sunday. Well, yes, Sunday.
Okay. So that was Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember any.
You've had some that were words that, if you say them quick enough, sound like something else.
Oh yeah, but I can't remember what they were.
No, I can't remember either. But you do like to change it up. You like to have a bit of humour in your name.
Yes.
It's very rare that we actually see the name Tanya up on screen.
No,
and it's
in the chat.
It's in the chat.
I'm the smart one. Because you've got all one lot that's going around on YouTube. Let's just not mention Prodigy, who has to change their name every 2 weeks now because they change it so often that it's now become that they have to change it less and less and less. So the time's getting longer and longer. And now he is stuck being my best friend for 2 weeks. And he can't.
That's got to be up. That's got to be up soon. I think that's up.
Whereas I keep my name normal on YouTube and just change it on here. So I'm the smart one, really, aren't I?
Absolutely. I mean, sometimes the whole panel changes the names for a laugh. So we did have the bitch names a couple of weeks ago, and there was a time where T-Day decided to name us all different names at one point, and it's just a bit of fun, isn't it? It's nothing serious.
You had the bitch ones. I wasn't on that day. I was in the chat, but I wasn't on the panel. And you had the Golden Girls ones, which I was.
Yes, we had the Golden Girls.
I was in chat as well.
Yeah. And when me and TJ were covering the Johnny Depp trial, because we did like a breakdown, we were characters from Prisoner Cell Block H.
Yeah.
Which was fun. Because, Amber was supposed to go to prison in Australia, so we was expecting her to arrive. So, but yeah, we just like, and that's the thing. I think this channel, although sometimes we hit on serious subjects, we try to keep it as light as possible and take the piss.
Yes.
But it's all done in good taste or bad taste, whichever one you'd like to call it. Sometimes it's very bad taste. So should we get back to your obsessions?
Okay.
We know you've met Liam Gallagher. You've told us
Indeed.
openly that you've met Liam Gallagher and that he touched your bum.
He touched my posterior, yes.
He touched her posterior. So you don't need to meet him again.
Yes, I do.
She does. She doesn't. So if you can meet any celebrity in real life, who would you like to meet?
Oh. What am I doing with this celebrity?
Whatever you want.
Tom Hardy.
And what would you do with Tom Hardy?
A lot. It's like earlier when you had the Lazy Sunday stream.
Yeah.
They were talking about black pudding.
Yeah.
And I said in the chat, I don't know if you noticed it, but I said, the only black pudding I want in my mouth is Idris Elba.
I know, I missed that one. So she does like a bit of sausage then. Just not the sort of sausage we all talk about.
Yes.
Because you're a vegetarian, well, demi-vegetarian, not fully vegetarian. You eat chicken and fish, don't you?
I eat chicken and fish, yes. But I don't eat all that nasty crap that you lot were talking about earlier. Ugh. That was making me feel sick because I already felt sick.
You don't eat shellfish?
I don't eat any of that stuff, no.
No shellfish, no crustaceans, nothing like that.
No.
We were talking when she goes that thing you were talking about in the chat. We're talking about cockles, mussels, prawns, that sort of stuff. Nothing too gross, but
Winkles.
Winkles, periwinkles, yes, winkles.
Yeah,
periwinkles is a flower. I don't know why she said periwinkles. It's winkles.
No, they are periwinkles.
Periwinkles is a flower.
Yeah, but they're also periwinkles.
Okay.
It's a shortened name for periwinkle.
I know the colour periwinkles are blue.
Periwinkle blue, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So maybe I can't remember, but I do remember eating it. I remember having winkles as a kid because my dad used to make them. You
had a bit of winkle in your mouth, did you?
When I was a child. That sounds wrong. Tanya, please. Let's not make out that things were wrong in my childhood. I had a wonderful childhood.
I wasn't going with the childhood. I was just talking in general.
Well, I did say when I was a kid. So, okay. So what would be your ideal date with Mr. Hardy?
I don't know. Not thought about it. I just think he's gorgeous.
So as long as he's just standing there naked, you'd be happy.
Yeah, I've seen him naked.
Have you?
Yeah, in Bronson, the film Bronson, you get to see his willy.
Let's see his tackle.
Yeah.
Ooh. I might have to watch that film. I've not really. I don't even. I know I've heard of Tom Hardy. I've probably seen him in things, but I don't actually know who he is.
Tom Hardy. He played the Cray twins in Legend. He played Bane. He played Bane in Batman.
Not seen it.
The Christian Bale Batmans. He played. Have you seen? Oh God, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
No.
The Revenant.
No.
Oh my God, Tom Hardy's been in so much stuff.
Yeah, and you're naming all films I haven't seen. That's what I'm saying. I've heard of him. I've heard all about him. Yep, not seen it.
Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. That's a good film.
Wasn't that an old? Is that an old film?
I think it's old, but he was in the most recent one, which
so it's a remake.
Him. It had one of my other favourite actors in it, Gary Oldman. It had the guy, John Hurt. Is that his name, John Hurt, who played Elephant Man? Yeah, John.
Right.
John Hurt. He's in it. There's so many good actors in it. It's a good film.
Okay. So she's given me a list of films to watch so I can get horny, is what she's saying. She's
No.
Tinker
Tailor Soldier Spy. No, it's not that kind of film.
No, but it's got your favourite man in it.
Yeah.
Second to Liam Gallagher, of course.
He has blonde hair in that.
Okay.
So I do like dark hair.
Okay. So I've got to look up films with Tom Hardy in to suss out whether I agree with Tanya. I mean, I don't agree with Tanya on her other choice in Man. So probably not. Liam definitely doesn't do it for me. He's a dirty mank. Anyway, moving on.
Oh, no.
She won't want to come on panel with me ever again now. He's a bloody northerner.
Yeah, I like northerners.
Yeah.
They're nice people.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm only teasing. So we do have this north-south divide in England, but it's not a serious divide, is it?
No.
So the northerners think we're all rich and posh down south.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not true. Everything costs more money and we earn pittance. We're actually probably poorer than the people up north.
Yeah, probably.
So, because their things cost less money up there. I mean, I could buy a house up there on a week's wage, I tell you.
You wish.
Maybe a month's wage. So, the North did go through some horrible times, especially back in the 80s. And I don't think it's ever recovered. Which is why
Manchester's quite posh now.
Manchester is, yeah, but I'm on about like Yorkshire and places like that. The old mining towns. I don't think they've ever fully recovered. But that's why the prices are so low. That's why a house up there is so much cheaper than it is down here. And no matter, okay, so I work for a company that has stores all over the country. Yeah. My wage where I am is the same as a wage up in Newcastle.
But it should be. It should be.
Yeah, it should
Because-
be, except it
because
costs a lot
the
more to live down here than it does up there.
Yeah.
So they get
because
more
the
for their money.
UK. No, I get what you're saying, but
Yeah.
they can't change. I mean, they could give you more money, but they can't give them any less money because of the national minimum wage.
Yeah. If I lived in London or Oxford or Cambridge, I'd be on a higher wage.
All right.
Because London gets a higher premium because it is very expensive to live in London, and it is in Oxford and Cambridge.
You get a thing called London waiting.
Yeah, London, yes. And
if you work in London, you don't have to live there.
Yeah, and the city that I live in and work in is actually almost to the same price as living in London. We are one of the most expensive cities to live in. So when I say I'm skint all the time, I mean I am skint all of the time, and I'm quite lucky.
You can't be buying $100 pictures.
No, I can't. I'm quite lucky in the fact that I live in social housing, which means my rent is quite low. If I was to live in a private rent, my rent would be at least twice, if not 3 times the amount I'm paying. So I'm lucky in that way. But yeah. Anyway, back to interesting conversations, because you don't care. You really don't care. I mean, I just like teasing. I like teasing the Northerners, and they like teasing the Southerners, and it's just banter.
Yes.
We don't really mean it. I mean, TJ's a Northerner. Well, she's not. She's a Southerner that lives up north. We're called soft Southerners, aren't we? They call us soft Southerners.
Yeah.
Yeah. I come from a working class background. Fuck off of my soft.
And they're northern monkeys.
And they're northern monkeys, exactly. So have you thought about your date? Come on. What would your date be?
In general, what I like. Not necessarily for Tom Hardy, but just what I like in general.
Yeah, perfect date.
I just like to go out for a meal, to the cinema, stuff like that. It's just what I like.
God, she got boring in middle age, didn't she? She used to be out clubbing at the casinos. Now she wants to go out for a meal.
No. That's different. That's when I go out with my friends. And even my ex-boyfriend, that was just going out. That's
going out.
Yeah, that's not going on a date night or a date.
No. You're going out, not going out.
Yes.
Fair
enough.
enough.
With your boyfriend or a date, or if you're going on a date with someone you've met, it's totally different to going out raving the night away.
So you wouldn't want to go on like a saucy weekend with him then?
Depends on how long I've known him.
She's a good girl, is what she's saying. She's a good girl. She keeps her leg crossed at least till the second date.
Well, I'm not just going to go away with some random person. I don't care if it's Tom Hardy.
Okay, I was going to say, but it's Tom Hardy. What about Liam?
Well, I've already met Liam once, so maybe.
And you let him touch your bum.
And Liam gets special treatment.
So, okay. Desert island, darling. Right? You can take 3 items with you. Or three things with you. What would you take?
Do I get to choose how much of these 3 items?
No.
So
what do you mean?
Like So
Like an
could I have
endless supply of
endless
chocolate.
supply of wine or
Okay.
vodka. Endless supply of lip gloss. No, I'm joking. Endless supply of alcohol,
Yeah.
not beer or anything like that. What else? I would need some music
Okay.
because I do love music.
Any particular music? What album would you take? You
Oh,
have one
please don't ask me that. I've been asked that question
One
before.
album.
That is too hard.
I'm not saying one song. I'm saying one album.
It's too hard.
Right, 3 albums. In deux trois. Not.
Okay. It
Go
would
on.
be. It would definitely be. Definitely maybe by Oasis.
Right.
That was their debut album. It would be. Let me think. I'd have to mix it up a bit. Maybe some Motown album of some sort, like a mixed compilation album.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Motown. And can I take 4?
No. It's being greedy.
I can't decide between Van Morrison and Sade.
Are they the same genre music? No, they're not, are they?
No.
No, so they wouldn't even be on a Rick's album.
Oh, because that's too hard.
Toss a coin. Van Morrison. Okay, Van Morrison. Okay, so you've got endless supply of alcohol. You got your music. So what would be your third thing?
Oh, a man.
A man. I'm presuming your man, or just any man.
Whichever one's allowed to come.
Tom Hardy.
In more ways than one.
She'll take Tom Hardy. That's what she's saying. Or Liam Gallagher, or Idris
Elba.
Anyone else on that list?
Maybe a few.
Funny enough, though, all the guys that you say you really like, none of them look alike.
No, I don't really have.
No.
Well, I have a taste to a certain degree.
Yeah. But they all look completely different.
Yeah. Like I like men with dark hair.
Yeah.
But I have fancied someone before that had blonde hair, so I'm weird.
Yeah. So your ideal time on a desert island is drinking alcohol, listening to music, and shagging.
I'm not very good at
I'm actually surprised she didn't say a colouring book and colouring pencils.
Okay, yeah, because that's what I'm doing right now, colouring it.
And she didn't take her children with her either. Did you notice that? She left her children behind. Did they drown? Did they drown on the boat?
They don't exist in this world.
Oh, they don't exist in this world. Okay, that's all right then.
This is a figment of my imagination.
Oh, so this is that you imagine children, but they're not real. Hang on, I've heard them. They're real. I've met them. They're definitely real.
If I had to say my children, that would take up 2 places.
And you can't save one and not the other because that's wrong.
Exactly. I'm just going away for the weekend.
No, you're not. You're stuck on a desert island.
I can get out.
Can you? Did you take a boat? Did you choose a boat?
There was one there.
No, there wasn't.
There was. That's how I got there.
How? Yeah, you sunk. The boat sunk.
You didn't say that.
How well can you sink? Sink? How well can you?
How well can I sink? Very well, I would imagine.
How well can you swim?
I can swim quite well.
Okay, so you can swim back to mainland then. Fair enough. And as an ex-army cadet, you could probably build a boat.
It depends if you got the stuff.
Well, there'll be trees. Yeah, I mean, you might have
Tree
wanted an
goblin.
axe.
Tree
It might have
goblin's
helped.
not on a desert island with me.
No, you might have wanted an axe. That might have helped you.
No, have fun.
No, I mean, to cut down the trees. I mean, I don't know how
Got a
you're feeding
man.
yourself either. You
If
got the
I've got a
man. Yeah,
If I've got a man,
yeah,
then I could just make more babies.
yeah. You could.
I could feed myself. To be fair, I don't
Coconuts.
really eat meat. I don't really eat meat anyway, so yeah, I like coconut.
Yeah.
I like coconut milk. So yeah, I'll
Yeah.
be Gucci. I'll be Gucci.
She'll be fine. She'll be fine. She's got a man. She's got her music. She's got her alcohol, and she's got coconuts.
Yeah.
And she can make more children to replace the two that she left at home. And on that wonderful note, I think we'll end now. Thank you for joining me, Tanya. It has been fun.